welcome back to my channel and welcome to this week's meal prep video. So this week I kind of challenged myself to kind of plan out of my pantry. So I knew I'd need, of course, you know, fresh fruits and vegetables and that kind of thing, but I knew I had enough meat in there, and that's for both my meals and my husband's meals. And so that was my challenge when I was doing, kind of figuring out my meal plan and my meal prep and all that, was to try to keep it down to a minimum, because I actually don't get paid until Monday. So I get paid the last day of each month, and I tried to get the bulk, you know, of my groceries then, but I had ran out of meat, so I had to get meat last week. So it's been kind of an off month, but I really, with this being the start of a new month, I kind of, even though I get paid at the end of the month, I kind of count that as the beginning of the month, because that check pays for the next month's stuff. So my goal is, for this month, I need to put myself on a food budget, especially with the holidays coming up, and I should have done this months ago. But I think just with the weather kind of changing and all that, which I apologize if it's kind of darkish than normal, because I have all my lights on. I have my 2 lamps, my overhead light, and the window open, but it is a dark, dreary day outside. But anyway, with the weather being like this and my husband not working very much, then you know that he has been, we've been, you know, doing some unemployment stuff. So anyway, I just want to, you know, watch our budget, and it's going to just only get worse as the weather gets worse. Anyway, so that was my plan for ever. Actually, I just need to do this forever. So this grocery haul that you guys saw yesterday was a little bit smaller compared to normal, and it's because I'm trying, like I said, I'm trying to eat out of my pantry and trying to create meals of things that are already in there. So I had so going into this meal planning session that I did, I had went into my freezer and I saw I had 2 packages of ground turkey, of the 99% fat-free ground turkey. So I figured out meals to go with that. I had 2 of the, you know, the ones you get from Costco of the ground beef. I think they're 1 and like 3/4 pound little squares there. I had that of ground beef for my husband, because he doesn't eat chicken or turkey. And so I knew I had a couple of those, so I kind of planned meals around that. So I didn't have any super lean ground beef for myself, and so I did have to pick that up. So I just kind of went through things that I knew I already had. So I'm going to start doing that. You know, I'm going to try to get my freezers. I have 2 freezers. I have a deep freeze and then a regular freezer. I'm going to try to get that cleaned out and the pantry stuff cleaned out, and before I start stocking up on more of that stuff, especially before the holidays coming, because I'm going to need room to put stuff for the holidays. So you'll start seeing kind of stuff like that. I'm going to still try to do some new recipes, but I don't know how many will be done before the holidays, because I also am going to be doing a lot of new recipes for the holidays. So just bear with me through this time, but I just want to let you know, going in, that's kind of how I decided on my meal plan. And then what else? I can't remember what else I was going to talk about. Oh, I wanted to do more dinner prep this week, because I knew I wouldn't be using, because last week and the week before I've been using my pressure cooker a lot, but I am going to use it for one recipe. But as far as the rest of the stuff, I knew I wouldn't be using it that much, so I just figured I'd just do a lot of dinner prep for my meal prep this week too. So let me show you what I came up with, and we'll get into the meal prepping. Okay, so here is my plan that I came up with. So it's the same format that I do every time that I've showed you before. So I just went through my pantry and thought of some meals based on what I already had, with the exception of Big Mac Attack. I just hadn't had it in a while, and I saw somebody post it on Instagram, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that sounds good. So I did have to buy everything for that, but it was just a few ingredients. Then the buffalo chicken, already had the buffalo sauce and already had the chicken, so that one's easy. I had to buy a ranch packet, you know, the ranch dressing packet. I had to buy that. Turkey sloppy joes. I already had a sloppy joe mix, but I did buy another one because my husband can have the same thing, but with beef, and so I just bought another one, but I ended up not using it. I ended up not needing it, but that's okay. It's only 98 cents. No big deal. taco salads, I just had to only pick up the taco seasoning mix and the lettuce, of course. And then chicken burgers, those are the Costco ones, and that I already had in the freezer. Then my husband, you'll see some repeat meals on my husband's every week because he likes to eat the same things. Plus, last week I didn't make the stroganoff. And he likes SOS almost every week. And he likes the beans and potatoes, and he wanted okra this week because I actually made him okra last week, but I didn't feel like messing with the squash. So, and then he'll have sloppy joes, and he'll have taco salads, but only with beef instead of turkey. For those of you who don't know, my husband is allergic to any poultry, so that's why he has to have beef. And then my Pinterest videos, so I only had to buy for this, I only had to buy chocolate chips, which I thought I had some, but I didn't. So that I had all the ingredients for. And then for the recipe video I'll be sharing with you guys on Wednesday, I didn't have to buy anything for this but the vanilla yogurt. Oh, and the egg rolls, yeah. So then I kind of went through what I would want for snacks and desserts. So I'll have the apple pie egg rolls, mug cakes, the lovely pumpkin mousse that Emma shared with us, and some yogurt. And then breakfast, egg and grits, yogurt, egg and toast, avocado egg toast, and breakfast sandwiches in the freezer. I had breakfast burritos on there, but those are all gone, and I didn't feel like making them for meal prep this week, but the boys ate them all. So those were a big hit. I'm gonna have to make a bigger batch of those, I think. Lunches, I'm gonna do chicken rice burritos. That just sounded good for some reason. A buffalo chicken salad, a wonton chicken salad, and buffalo. I have buffalo chicken salad twice. Oh, this is actually supposed to be buffalo chicken sandwich, and this is a buffalo chicken salad. That's it. So then from there, I created my meal prep. And I also use this to create my grocery list. I don't know if I've said that before, but I'll take all this stuff. I do this first, and then I create my grocery list based on this. And then my meal prep. So for lunches, I knew I needed to clean my grapes, do my veggie hummus bowls, or, you know, things I do. Make the chicken rice and cheese burritos. I was going to make applesauce, but I found a bunch of applesauce, unsweetened applesauce tubs in my pantry that my son used to take to school, but he doesn't like to take it anymore. And then I was going to do hard-boiled eggs, but I don't know, just as I was like getting the eggs out, it just didn't sound good, so I thought I don't want to waste them. So I wanted to do a lot of dinner prep, so dinner will be easy this week because I have some things I want to do, and I'm going to talk about that actually in my planner update and why I need time this week. So turkey sloppy joes, so I made those. I made the beef sloppy joes, and I just did the meat, of course, for the taco salads. And the buffalo chicken, I did not make that because I'll make it in my pressure cooker. No reason to make that ahead of time. It's simple, easy, you know, in there. So that was how I came up with my meal prep this week. So let me show you my list. So this is my list. I just listed all out. I crossed off the applesauce and the hard-boiled eggs. So I checked them off as I did them. So now let's go into prepping. Okay, so here is everything all finished. These are the rice, chicken, and cheese burritos for lunch. And I made a chicken wonton salad to take for lunch one day, a buffalo chicken salad to take to lunch, and on here is 0 points worth of the fat-free mozzarella, 1 point worth of, or sorry, 2 points worth of chicken, and 0 points worth of buffalo sauce. On here is 1 point's worth of the chicken cilantro wontons, 1 point of chicken, and 0 points of fat-free mozzarella. And then some dinner prep I did. This is some ground turkey with taco seasoning, ground turkey with sloppy joe, and then this is beef sloppy joe and beef taco seasoning. Some grapes, pineapple, and then my usual vegetables and hummus. So that is this week's meal prep. See you all in the next video. Bye.